Good afternoon, all. In the last class, we have discussed regarding the various important polytronic devices, their representation, symbolic representation of various devices, and we have also seen regarding the construction and working of silicon control rectifier in detail, along with its VI characteristics, advantages, disadvantages. The main thing what we are getting in powertronic devices, we are having a control in the conduction of device. So this feature we are using in practical applications where we require control in the power circuits. Different power system components will be operated by using these power semiconductor devices. So in this today's class, we are going to discuss different another powertronic devices called GTO SCR, DIAC, TRIAC in detail. GTO SCR, gate turn off SCR. In SCR, we are having a control in the conduction. So this conduction will be available only in forward bias. In reverse bias, the silicon control rectifier will be operating like a normal diode only. So we are not having any control in the negative half cycle of electrical AC supply. So to have control in the negative half cycle also, we are using a device called GTO SCR. So GTO SCR is a three terminal device as like SCR only. It will be having three terminals: anode, cathode, and gate. It can be triggered, that is turned on by using a positive gate pulse, and it can be turned off by using negative gate pulse. So it is a fully controllable switch. So GTO representation will be given as like this. So the right side will show your layer representation. It is also PNPN device as like SCR, and the symbolic representation will be like this. So it will be having three terminals: anode, cathode, anode, cathode, gate. So across gate we are representing like this. So it will indicate the conduction will be eh, through positive and negative gate pulses. It can also indicate it like this. It can also be indicated like this. So this is the structure of GTO. So in this structure of GTO, it will be consisting of anode to base short circuiting, anode to cathode short circuiting base structure. So in this, it introduces N base into anode. It provides low on state voltage. Introduces N base into anode. So these N bases will be introduced into anode, which will be providing low on state voltage drop. And it will be consisting of interdigited anode cathode structure. Interdigited anode cathode structure, it will be for providing simultaneous turning on and simultaneous turning off of the device. So this is interdigited anode cathode structure. It will be for simultaneous turning on by providing gate signal, and simultaneous turning off by providing negative pulse across the gate circuit. So this is N base into anode, which will provide low on state voltage. So this is structural representation of GTO. And how we are getting turning off in GTO SCR is, so as like SCR, we are providing positive gate pulse for turning on. Similarly, negative gate pulse at the gate terminal of the GTO for turning off of the device. When negative gate pulse is applied, excessive carriers are drawn from base region of this transistor. So whenever the carriers are drawn from this base region, this collector current will be the input of another transistor. So automatically this base drive reduces. Whenever the base drive reduces, the another transistor This also PNP transistor will also become turn off. So this collector current again diverted into gate. So no current will be flowing through the device. The device will become turn off. These are the VI characteristics of GTO SCR. So an x-axis, as like SCR, we are taking voltage on x-axis and current on y-axis. And whenever the supply voltage will be increases at one level called breakover voltage, if the supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage, the device will conduct and current will be flowing through the device. And whenever we are applying a positive gate pulse across the gate terminal with a positive anode to cathode voltage, the current will be flowing through the device and the current increases with the applied supply voltage. So whenever the anode to cathode circuit is forward biased and when we are applying gate pulse, the device conduction start takes place. The gate current increases, it conducts in the early time. As like SCR only, the GTO characteristics will be almost similar. But here the on-state voltage drop of the GTO SCR will be very low. So here what we are observing, the characteristics also similar to SCR in forward bias and also in the reverse bias. Initially, when the device is subjected to reverse bias, the small amount of leakage current will be flowing through the device called reverse leakage current. And whenever the reverse bias voltage exceeds the VBR reverse breakdown voltage, the device starts conduction as like SCR. So these are the VI characteristics of GTO. And coming to advantages. So the main advantage in GTO compared to SCR, in GTO we are having extra facility to turning off the device by providing a negative gate pulse. That facility is not available in SCR. So that's why we are using extra commutation circuit in SCR. Circuit will become bulky and that problem will be overcome in GTO. So here we need not require any commutation circuit and the switching speed in GTO will be higher compared to SCR. It will be having more speed. The DI by DT rating will be more at turn on. So if any unwanted currents will come, the GTO may not turn on. So false turning on of the device operation is not available with GTO. So it is more advantageous. And coming to efficiency point of view, the GTO will be more efficient and it is not having this commutation circuit. That's why the size will be very small. The noise is also less. The disadvantages are along with the advantages, the GTO SCR will be having few disadvantages. It require more gate current initially. It require more gate current and it requires higher latching and holding currents. Higher latching and holding currents and gate circuit losses also very high. The reverse planking capability is less compared to GTO SCR. And here it is a small comparison between GTO and SCR. GTO will be having an advantage like that it can having control in both the half cycles. If you are operating with the AC, that is positive half cycle and negative half cycle, we can have control in both the half cycles in GTO and we can turn on and turn off according to our requirement by providing positive and negative gate signals. So that's why it is a fully controlled device and the on-state voltage drop of the GTO is around 3 to 4 volts and here the latching current and holding currents are very high compared to SCR and here the operating frequency is around 1 to 4 kilohertz. The frequency of operation will be very high, and compared to SCR, the dV by dt rating also very high. So these are the few comparisons with respect to GTO and normal SCR. And another important powertronic device, one of the will be diac. So it is also called as diode. Bidirectional diode. So it will be having two electrodes. Like diode will be having two electrodes, anode and cathode. Here diac is also having two electrodes, but the name will be MT1 and MT2 because diac will be conducting in two directions. It can conduct from MT1 to MT2 and MT2 to MT1. Both the directions it can conduct. And the diode is also called as one directional device, unidirectional. But diac is a bidirectional device. DAC is a diode, it can work on AC, alternating current. The breakover voltage of DAC is 30 to 50 volts, and the voltage drop across device is around 3 to 5 volts. If we observe, we are going to study the characteristics of DAC, and these characteristics will be almost similar, but here we are not having any control. The supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage of the diac starts conducting. The diac starts conducting whenever the supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage. So hence it is called a gateless diac. So this is the structure of diac. The basic structure, the layer structure will be like this, and it is consisting of two terminals MT2, MT1. The layers will be four layers PN, PN, and these terminals will be fixed to both half of the regions of p type of layer and n type of layer. So it is a four layer PN, two terminal MT2, MT1 device, and these terminals are connected to p regions of silicon separated in layers. And if we observe here, we are having only two terminals, and there is no gate terminal in diac. The symbolic representation will be like this. So it is two diodes connected in anti-parallel. Anti-parallel. The symbolic representation of diac will be like this. So the VI characteristics of diac will be shown in this figure. So here it will be operating in two modes. Whenever MT1 is MT1 is more positive, and whenever MT1 is more negative with respect to MT1. In case 1, MT1 is more positive with respect to MT2. In case 2, MT2 is more negative with respect to MT1. In case 1, MT1 is positive with respect to MT2. Whenever the supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage, the conduction takes place through the device from P1, N1, P2, N3. So initially whenever MT1 is more positive, the conduction through diac takes place from P1, N2, P2, N3. So in this direction the current will flow. In mode 2, whenever MT1 is more negative with respect to MT2, in that case, whenever the supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage of the diac, the conduction takes place from P2, N2, P1, N1. So the current will flow in this direction. Here we are not having any control in the conduction of the device. So whenever the supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage, the conduction takes place. So if we observe, the characteristics will be similar in first and third quadrants. So in diac characteristics, it will be similar in both the quadrants, first quadrant and third quadrant. And coming to applications of the diac will be It will be mainly used in triggering of triac. In conduction of triac circuit and triggering circuit of triac, we are using diac as a triggering device, and it is also used in light dimming circuit. So light dimmer is one of the application of diac. The SCR will be used. SCR also used in light dimmer circuit. That application we are having in the last chapter, power electronic device applications. It is also used in heat control. Heat control. So when generally like in air conditioners, so whenever some temperature of the room exceeds to some limit according to setting, that voltage will be changing accordingly. At that voltage the diac starts conducting. Like this it will be used in heat control circuits. It is also used in universal motor speed control circuits. Advantages of diac. If we compare the characteristics of diac with respect to SCR and triac, there is no sharp sharp switching. It does not switch sharply to a low voltage condition. That's why it is having low on-state voltage drop until the current falls below the holding current level. So whenever the current decreases, the on-state voltage drop of diac will be very less compared to SCR and triac. So this feature will be used whenever we are having that applications. Next power electronic device we are going to discuss will be triac. Triac. Triac is also called as bidirectional SCR. Bidirectional SCR. Two SCRs connected in anti-parallel. Anti-parallel. So this is the layer structure. Layer structure of triac. Actually, in this slide, it will be misprinted as diode. Actually, it is a bidirectional thyristor. Bidirectional SCR. Okay. Structure of triac. So it is a layer structure of the triac. So it will be consisting of three terminals as like SCR, but the terminals will be MT1, MT2 gate, MT2, MT1 gate, main terminal 1, main terminal 2, and gate. Okay, why we are representing with the terminals MT1, MT2 as we are having conduction in both the directions. In triac, we can have current from MT2 to MT1 and MT1 to MT2. In both the directions, we are having current. That's why we are representing like this instead of anode and cathode. So it will conduct in two directions, that is from MT2 to MT1 and MT1 to MT2. So that's why it is called a bidirectional semiconductor device. So the physical representation of this track will be like this. So it is a PNPN device, four-layer device, and it will be connected in anti-parallel. Four layers will be connected in anti-parallel. So this can be analyzed by two thyristors connected in anti-parallel, and it is having only one gate terminal. Gate terminal. Gate terminal will be only one for entire track. So the circuit symbol will be like this. Two thyristors connected in anti-parallel. Terminals are MT2 to MT2, MT1 gate. So this is the symbolic representation. So it is a three terminal four layer device as like previous SCR GTO diac, but the terminals will be MT1, MT2 and gate for triac. The maximum rating available in market of track will be 16 kilowatts. So the rating will be somewhat lesser compared to ACR. For triggering of track, DAC will be used in switching circuits. So we are going to discuss in the next classes triggering circuits of firing circuits of track. Track will be designed to work on AC. Generally, it will be working on AC. It is not designed to work on direct current because it will conduct in both the half cycles. That's why it is suitable to operate with respect to alternating currents. And it only functions as two inverse parallel connected thyristors on AC. Nothing but the triac equivalent circuit will be two SCRs connected in anti-parallel. So these are the VI characteristics of triac. On x-axis we are taking voltage and y-axis we are taking current. So whenever the supply voltage exceeds the breakover voltage, the device conducts and current will be flowing through the device as like normal SCR. If we apply gate signal across the triac, then if the device is forward biased and we applying a gate signal, then the conduction through the device takes place before the breakover voltage as like normal SCR. So the conduction takes place. But if we observe, the characteristics of quadrant 1 will be similar to quadrant 3. Here triac we can have control in the both the quadrants, quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So whenever supply is positive, we are having operation in quadrant 1, and whenever supply is negative, so negative voltage is applied, current will be flowing, and whenever up to breakover voltage, again it will be conducting. If we are providing gate signal, again the track conducts at the earlier stages like first quadrant. So the characteristics of track will be similar in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So these first and three quadrants are identical. It can operate with positive and negative control voltages. That means we can operate with positive gate pulses or negative gate pulses. The device may conduct. The track turn on voltage decreases as the gate current increases. So see here if we closely observe, so without gate current, the turn on voltage will be up to VBO. When the gate pulse is applied, that voltage for turn on will be decreased. Again, it will be further decreased like this. Advantages of triac. The triac may be triggered with either positive or negative polarity voltages, as just now we discussed. And here, and when compared to SCR, we are having disadvantages. So it will be having only one single heat sink. Actually, in the equivalent circuit, we are having two thyristors in anti-parallel. For that function, to get the equivalent function of triac, we need to connect two thyristors. For each thyristor, we need to use a fuse circuit and one heat sink circuit whenever we are operating in practical circuits. So in triac, we need not require two things. We require only one heat sink, only one fuse for protection. And coming to disadvantages of triac, when compared to ACR, it will be having low dV by dt rating. It will be having lower maximum ratings. It will be lesser reliability. It requires careful considerations in operation. And here a comparison of SCR and triac. SCR is a unidirectional device. It will conduct only in one direction. But triac is a bidirectional device. It can conduct in both the directions. The terminals are called anode cathode, but here the terminals are MT1 and MT2. Gate current can only in one direction to turn on the SCR. Gate current can only in one direction to turn on the SCR, but in triac it will be in both the directions. The symbolic representations will be like this. SCR will be represented like this. Triac will be represented like this. In this, reliability is more, reliability is less. Here the characteristics will be only in first quadrant, and here both the quadrants. Here the ratings are large. In this triac, the available ratings are very less compared to SCR. Triac ratings are very less. One extra precaution what we need to take while operating with triac is actually it is conducting both the half cycles in positive and negative. So while giving trigger pulse with respect to triac, we need to take utmost care because it may conduct for positive gate pulses and negative gate pulses. Triggering modes of triac. So the conduction of triac will be according to the following triggering modes. So it will be having four operating modes. Here we are having three terminals, MT2, MT1, gate. So the triggering modes are MT2 is positive in first triggering mode. MT2 is positive, terminal 2 is positive with respect to terminal 1, and gate is also positive with respect to terminal 1. That is, both MT2 and gate are positive with respect to terminal 1. In second quadrant, MT2 is positive and MT1 is negative with respect to gate. In quadrant 3, MT2 is more negative with respect to MT1. In quadrant 4, MT2 is more negative with respect to MT1. And here MT2 is more negative and gate is also negative. In quadrant 4, mode 4, MT2 is negative but gate is positive. So these are the four triggering modes of the register triac. Triggering modes of triac. In mode 1, terminal 2 is more positive and gate is also positive with respect to terminal 1. Here if you observe, whenever terminal 2 is positive, the junction P1 N1 and junction P2 N2 are forward biased, and this junction N1 and P2 are reverse biased. Okay, so whenever the gate signal is applied, it will drive current from layer P2 to N2. When gate injects sufficient number of charge carriers into P2 layer, this junction will be break down. The reverse pass junction N1 P2 will break down. The conduction will takes place from T2 to T1. T2 to T1. So whenever the gate signal is having sufficient capacity, in that the reverse pass junction N1 P2 will be breaks down, and already these two junctions are forward biased. The conduction takes place from T2 to T1 in mode 1. Mode 2. Mode 2, T2 is positive and gate is negative with respect to T1. Here gate is more negative with respect to T1. That means here T1 is somewhat more positive with respect to gate. Gate is more negative. Suppose T1 is 10 volts, T2 is 10 volts, T1 is 5 volts, gate is 0, like that. So in that case, the current will be flowing from P2 to N3, P2 layer to N3. So here the junction P1 and N1 and P2 and N3 are forward biased. The junction P1, N1 and P2 are reverse biased. The gate current will be flowing from the layer P2 to N3. The current flow will be takes place initially from the layer P1, N1, P2, N3. Initially, the current will be flowing in this direction, but whenever we are applying a supply, the current will be flowing like this, but the region P2 will be having more potential in the left region. Because of that, current will slowly move from left to right. Then the conduction takes place through these regions P1, N1, P2, N2. So in the later stage, the conduction will be in this region P1, N1, P2, N2. In mode 3, T2 is more negative with respect to T1 and gate is positive with respect to T1. So here gate is positive. Because this gate is positive, it will inject charge carriers. So this N3 layer will inject electrons into P2 layer. It will further move into N1 layer. So whenever T2 is negative, so here junction N1 and P1 will be reverse biased. The junction N1 and P1 will be reverse biased. As gate is positive, this P2 N2 junction will be forward biased. So this N2 layer will inject charge carriers. This will further move into N1 region. At one stage, this junction will break down and the conduction will take place from P2, N1, P1, N4. So in this direction, the conduction will takes place. In mode 3, mode 4. In mode 4, the terminals T2 and gate are more negative with respect to T1. The terminals T2 and gate are more negative with respect to T1. So in this case, again, this junction N1 P1 will be reverse biased as P is connected to negative terminal, N layer is connected to positive terminal. So this junction N1 P1 will be reverse biased. So whenever we are connecting the supply, as T1 is more positive, the current will flow from P2 to N3 layer, and this N3 layer will inject electrons into P2 layer. This will further move into N1. So if the gate will be having sufficient capacity, so these electrons density will be more, it will further move into N1 region. At one stage, the N1 P1 layer will N1 P1 junction will break down and the current will flow in this direction P2, N1, P1, N4. Through these layers, the current will flow. Current will be flowing from T1 to T2 in mode 4. So in this direction, the current will flow. Generally, in practical operations, the first and third quadrants are preferred in operation due to it requires less amount of gate current for conduction of the device. In practical cases, generally we are using these two quadrants, quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. So we have seen the characteristics like this. Whenever the gate pulse is applied, the device will be conducting and operating as like normal silicon controlled rectifier. So these two modes, mode 1 and mode 3 will be used in practical applications. And in this session, we have discussed mainly three important power electronic devices. So that is GTO, diac, and triac. We have seen the detailed construction, operation, and characteristics of these devices along with its advantages and applications. So in this triac will be generally used in most of the applications. So it is a bidirectional device. Triac and diac will be bidirectional device. So it will be using in various applications in power electronic devices. So triac is like two SCRs connected in anti-parallel with a common gate. So whole assembly will be in one package. Diac is also similar to triac, but it is having no gate terminal. So there won't be any control in the conduction for diac. So in this we discussed regarding these things. Thank you, all of you.